Hi there, this is Karen Dewey. Welcome to my channel about limbic system impairment, retraining the brain, and DNRS. If you're anything like me and you found out recently that you do have limbic system impairment, then you will understand how important it is to feel safe. I've always known for myself that that's a very important thing to me because I do come from a background with domestic violence. Um, I grew up in a home with domestic violence, so safety has definitely been a huge factor in my life. But even if you did not come from a background like that, if you've had any kind of trauma in your life at all, which is what leads to limbic system impairment, from my understanding, um, you understand the topic of safety is really important because in a trauma, when we face a trauma in our life, whether it's an exposure to a chemical or an accident or a prolonged illness, or we lose an important person in our life, our brains can get stuck in a trauma loop. And it's the limbic system is that area of the brain that controls the fight or flight mechanism. So I don't know all the technical terms. I'm new at this. I'm only about 5.5 weeks into the program myself. I'm doing DNRS, trying to retrain my brain because I've been stuck in the fight, flight, or freeze response probably my whole life to some extent, but with traumas upon traumas, my health has deteriorated significantly over the years. So people that go into the brain retraining are usually people that, if you're like me, for years you've sought out ways to get well, and you've gone down all the rabbit trails of getting well, going to different doctors, whether it's mainstream or functional medicine, trying every diet, trying acupuncture, supplements, whatever. Usually when it's limbic system impairment, we've tried a lot of things before we get to this place, realizing that, wow, maybe it's my brain. So discovering that the issue is the brain, and it's our brains that have been caught in this trauma loop and stuck in the fight or flight response that's causing all these problems. It's a huge eye opener, and encouraging at the same time because we've tried everything else. Anyway, so my understanding of it is that the brain, the limbic system that is stuck in this loop, its natural job, the limbic system, is to keep us safe. God put that in place because a human being cannot live without a limbic system. It's the fight, flight, survival mechanism in our brain. And if we didn't have it, we would never be alerted to danger. So when it's working properly, it's an amazing thing. It's going to alert us to any danger. And if we do encounter a danger at some point, even a kid, like a child that touches the stove and they burn themselves, the brain says, whoa, that's dangerous, let's not do that again. So when it's working properly, it's great. You know, if you're out and about, you're in your car and a car pulls out in front of you. You know, this happened to me the other day, and I feel the rush in my body, and I'm like, you know, and you feel that rush of adrenaline and cortisol and whatever other hormones you know, that the limbic system sends out, because it puts you into safety mode, like you have to be protected. So the limbic system is our friend. You know, it's so important. Its job is to keep us safe. So when it's working properly, it's such an amazing part of who we are, because it's about protecting us and keeping us from danger. So we don't run into problems until it's gotten stuck due to traumas, unresolved things in our life, exposures. And if you're watching this, that's probably where you are. So I know for me, feeling safe is so important. And I would think a lot of you are that way as well. For women, I think the feeling safe is even more important than to men. We want to feel safe in our life. We want to feel like our husband is protecting us. I know for me, because of my background, where I come from domestic violence, as a little girl, I never felt safe in my own home. And so I want to feel safe. I want to feel protected by my husband. I want to feel safe in my own skin, you know? And safety is just such an important aspect of living. You know, we don't want to go into the world feeling like we're always threatened by danger. But our limbic systems are there to protect us. But when they go wonky, like ours, then we can have all these health issues. And all the years, it's been almost 35 years since I really started seeing health issues developing with me. And in all those years, with all the things I've tried, I never imagined that it was my brain. And I knew before I even found the program, I had gotten a lot worse over the past few years health-wise, but the most recent trauma was about 8 months ago or so. It was in July. I have advanced osteoporosis, and I fracture easily. I just found this out, about 7 years ago. But I was outside with my grandsons, and we were playing, and some bees attacked me, and they were swarming around my head. And normally I'm very, very careful how I move, because I'm not supposed to bend forward or twist or anything. But in that moment, because I was panicking, I moved my body in a way that my body should not be moving. So I fractured my lumbar spine. Well, long story short, ever since then, I noticed more than ever that I've been in a heightened state of anxiety or fight or flight. Like I felt it up until I found this program. Now, I've had anxiety for years, and I've had that feeling of that wired, tired feeling, fight or flight feeling. All my life, I've had that. Even as a little girl, I never slept through the night because a lot of the traumas happened during the night. So, like we'd be awakened by my parents fighting and stuff. So like I've never slept through the night or anything. So I've always had that fight or flight feeling, but ever since the fractures and that situation all happened, the fight or flight just really went through the roof. So up until I found this program, I've been in that like wired tired place where no matter how tired I am, I used to be able to like fall asleep on the couch a little bit while I was watching TV or something. And ever since that event happened with the bees, I haven't been able to relax enough to just take a little cat nap. Well, I've noticed since I started the program that I have actually been more relaxed. I haven't felt that wired tired feeling, and I've been able to take little naps. So that's a win for me. But that feeling of being in fight or flight is a terrible way to live. But it all goes back to safety. You know, when I had that happen with the bees and fracturing and that instant horrible pain and situation, and my grandsons, I was responsible for them, and it was a very traumatic event. My limbic system went into overdrive, and it was like, okay, we got to keep her safe. Let's keep her in high alert mode. We gotta keep her on her toes and protect her. So now I'm trying to deal with my brain and get out of these trauma loops that I've been stuck in for my whole life. So how important is safety and feeling safe when you have limbic system impairment? We do need to feel safe and protected, and thank God we have a limbic system that does that. But when it's been trapped and stuck in this trauma loop, then that's not good, because then we've got these constant dripping or flooding of these stress hormones in our bodies, and that's what gives us all these symptoms, and we develop gut issues and disorders and all these things. So safety to me is really, really important, but I don't want to be stuck in a trauma loop. So I don't know if this even made any sense, but I just felt like I wanted to talk about safety today. And I'm going to keep doing the program. I'm committed to 6 months. I do see some little changes. I've only been doing it about 5.5 weeks, like I said, but I'm sticking with it. And I'm incorporating a couple of other little things too. I watch different videos about the brain and stuff. Nothing wrong with adding some more little tips and stuff, because we want to be well, right? So anyway, thank you for watching. Sorry if I rambled on. I don't read notes or anything. I'm just going from here. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.